there, Gemini. Welcome to your end of, I was going to say May, April 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Oh, this is nice. This is very nice, Gemini. Sometimes I've been getting some pretty intense cards and readings, and this one's very nice. The heart of the matter is the Magician card, working with the energy of being a conscious co-creator rather than letting life happen to you. This is a card associated with Aries, and I thought that this was actually connected to Gemini because I thought it was connected to the planet Mercury, and I still think it might be, even though Aries is ruled by Mars. So um, not quite sure about that, but I definitely feel that the Mercury influence can be in the way that we think about life and, how it manifests afterwards. So, um, let's just keep going and then we'll see what shows up here. In the past position, we have the Two of Wands. So this can be this kind of anytime you have two, you can have a decision that has to be made. So you could have a kind of a fork in a road of like, okay, I'm doing this, but I want to do that. And I would say with the Magician card, it can be this, of course, it could be something in the, manifestation, like a manifestation coach, something that literal or that closely associated to it. But I would say more than anything, it almost seems like a long shot. It almost seems like something that you couldn't make happen unless you just got lucky. Well, of course, Gemini, you might get lucky too because you've got Jupiter coming into your sign on May 25th. So you're going to get a little boost from that. But in general, I would say that the Magician is about, since you are part of the creation process, you can take action in the direction of your dreams and actually make things happen. And part of that is like if somebody is not happy with their job, their first inclination is to start sending resumes to new companies. And, even though they may not even like the type of work that they're in, because I think with the Two of Wands, it could be along those lines of like, and it doesn't have to be that you don't like it, but you could be like more interested in something else. So if you're the typical Gemini person might gravitate towards something like teaching or journalism, something that is connected with Mercury, where you're sharing information and things like that, but you're really getting into the higher mind and you'd like to maybe be a life coach, maybe, whatever, some sort of healer or an artist, something that's off the beaten path, but you're kind of like crunching the numbers and saying, well, how would I actually do this? And it is it is something that people have to, you can't just completely gloss over it, but it just seems like sometimes people give it too much importance and not enough actual belief that it could happen. The higher message or the spiritual lesson is Seven of Pentacles, which you see the ascension of these pentacles. Pentacles is earth energy, including money, so it's kind of the, oh, please, don't tell me that this camera is going to start to get blurry. I keep buying cameras to make my screen, the focus better, and this one was working really great, and now all of a sudden I've been having focusing problems. And I have no idea how to work with any of the, there it goes. I don't know the different the little I was going to say knobs, but they're not knobs. I mean, the settings. I don't know about the settings. But anyway, let me just show this one more time because this deck is not faithful to Rider Waite in the least. The Seven of Pentacles in Rider Waite is a lot different than this, but it really does show that kind of upward movement. And this card, this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. You probably would have to have background on the minor arcana to be able to figure them out. But it's really a card about um, having patience in whatever you're putting your energy into. Because Gemini is one of those signs you might be expecting instant results. So if you have started a business, for instance, or some kind of thing that you're going to offer, and it is kind of like very slow to take off, don't lose the faith, because it might be something that at some point catches fire and takes off. Um, what else do I want to say about this? And also with relationships, yeah, I think like if you're dealing with one person who is like if you sometimes with twos, you could be choosing between two people, and I wouldn't put it past a Gemini person to be like that. But if you are, you might be like passion versus the passion is wands, fire energy, which you are naturally acclimated towards. And then the pentacles is earth, so it's much more grounded. And it really depends on other factors. The individuals involved, for instance, you can't just make these decisions based on general astrology. You have to actually know the people, because some Gemini people have a lot of inner planets in Cancer, and they may be very much attuned to an earth sign, and that might make them feel very comfortable, and a fire sign person might make them feel uncomfortable. But anyway, the point is that sometimes somebody who is reliable or consistent is more prized than somebody who can talk a good game, and you can't pin them down. If you're really ready to settle down, that is. I mean, if you're not, you might have a good time with that fire sign for sure. What crosses you is the Son of Wands, which in this deck is the equivalent of the Knight of Wands. So yeah, just what I was saying, the person who won't settle down. But sometimes that person's going to be you. And also in terms of like wanting to be free, sometimes if someone has been either in let's say a long-term marriage or a job that is really restrictive, and they are like done, that type of vibe can cause a person to kind of overreact to the point where they might just go buck wild, you know what I mean? And just kind of overreact in terms of what they're dealing with. So what you want to do is you want to be very balanced. You don't want to be somebody who is like almost like feeling like you just got out of prison if you have decided to leave a job that was very constrictive. The I mean, that's human nature to feel that way, or a relationship. If you're just recently divorced, for instance, you might just feel this like celebratory energy, which is great. But if it's causing you to be too wild, you're not going to be able to to center yourself and find the person that you really want, or to attract that job that you really want, or to focus on a business that you're trying to launch. So acknowledge that you feel free, and still maintain that kind of equilibrium. What's coming in is the Daughter of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. And this is a card of innocence. Yeah, I mean, it really does speak to new beginnings with love. So maybe some of you were choosing between two people, and you really are trusting the universe that this person that you are into is really, it's a mutual thing. You can count on them. They're not going to flake out on you and, decide that they're not interested in the relationship after you have given your heart away to them or anything like that. If this is anything to do with career, it sounds to me like choosing some sort of creative career or healing arts career. And that could be something that you feel really great about. As a matter of fact, the outcome card is a card that is very social and celebratory. Three of Cups. Maybe now you finally can, you know, call your besties. Maybe you were so, absorbed in some job that was just sucking at your life force and you didn't have the time to do stuff, social stuff, and now you do. Or you were involved in a relationship with someone and it was very time consuming or all consuming. Maybe that person made it more that way. So, whatever has been taking place, now you can be more of yourself, because this is kind of what a Gemini person is very social, and you know, you're a people person. Generally speaking, some of you might be a little bit more shy depending on what your rising sign is and all of that jazz. But anyway, like I said, I think this is a very nice reading. I hope that you enjoyed this, Gemini. If you would like a private reading, I'm promoting my double astrology readings called my deep dive readings, an hour of natal chart analysis, an hour of transits for the upcoming 12 months. And given that we're almost in Gemini season, this is your time of the year to be like looking to the themes that are coming up for you after your solar return, either in late May or during the first part of June. And you've got a lot going on right off the bat, so it should be a stellar year for you in some ways, with Jupiter in your sign, and you have Venus in your sign in May. So both of those planets in your sign, that's great. You can find out more information about the readings I offer at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.